Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's doing well. We are back. We are back for another one today. The press conferences for just started actually. Just started. Matt Hennessy is first right now, and then Chauncey will be on shortly after that. So hold on. What happened? Sweat staying? I mean, they say Yeah, I had people commenting on a video, like the video I put out last night. Someone commented on, yeah, I don't know where people are getting this news from. I mean, if I could find this fucking news I'm doing right now. All right, okay, I'm good now. Yeah, so that's where I'm kind of the Eagles pass trusting. All right, well here it is. Breaking Eagles pass rusher Josh Sweat is staying in Philly per rap sheet. Eagles pass rusher Josh Sweat, and this is from Ian Rappaport. Josh Sweat is staying in Philly. Sources tell me, and Tom Pelissero, he's agreed to terms on a restructured contract despite interest elsewhere for what likely would have been a pay increase. Philly keeps a good one home. All right, there you go. No Sweat trade. Damn, you're keeping Sweat as well. This is great. This is awesome. But maybe it's not awesome. I don't know. But I mean, I would have to think that you're keeping Hassan Reddick and Sweat now. You're keeping both of these guys, right? So, that's really interesting. Really interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to this. Yo, Joey, what's up? Yeah, you got CJ listed as nickel and depth chart. So corner. CJ's listed as a corner right now. I don't think this means Reddick's gone at all. I don't think so. They'd be stupid. They'd be stupid if that's the case. No, I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. I don't know. They must have not. They must have not. They must have not had the best compensation for Josh Sweat. I'm guessing that's pretty much what happened. So that's what it's kind of turned into as of right now. There. That's unfortunate. I mean that's great. I mean I'm actually really happy about that. I can't complain about Josh Sweat, you know, not going, you know what I mean? For him to go anywhere. Hold on one second. It's been a long morning today. It's been a long morning today. Sorry, I was just changing this. Changing this, what's it called? All right, we're back. All right, so yeah, Josh Sweat has been restructured. I know you save over $2 million with that move. Okay. $2 million to save with that move. Yeah, I was seeing stuff this morning, but I didn't know if it was real or not. This news just came out on Josh Sweat from Rappaport that he is staying in Philadelphia. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Trying to pause everything here so I can see shit. LB said Bryce Huff is Boston Scott's big brother because they look alike. By the way, appreciate everybody coming to the chat. I've been trying to figure out. It's been a long morning today, so it's been kind of crazy. So Josh Sweat has been restructured. If there's anything, one of our defensive ends will get traded in the draft. And also, if they move Reddick now over Sweat, that's a problem. But that being said, if they keep Bolt plus got Huff, that might be, might not be good for Nolan Smith. I mean, I don't know. I mean, are they going to play Nolan Smith more off ball this year? That's going to be the question. I mean, I don't really want to hurt his chances either. I didn't really mind Sweat leaving. Again, having Bryce Huff is definitely great, but I would not preclude them signing Reddick as of yet because Howie has a really low cap hit for everyone's sign up to this moment. Reddick is still in play for there's a big trade on the horizon. Shit. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what is Hassan Reddick worth in a market today. That's going to be the big question going forward. What is Hassan Reddick worth? It's tough because the guy's turning 30. Okay. Hassan Reddick is turning 30 in September. And, with these double-digit sack seasons, and the guy should be getting paid a lot more than what's expected. I get it. The pay I definitely get. Like, I'm not against him not getting paid. What I'm against is, is getting a second round pick for Hassan Reddick. Fair enough. You know what I mean? Like, if Howie wants to trade him, what is he trying to get? Mr. Repoot says 13 mil average seems like a discount for Sweat production. Let Howie cook. I like the move. I'm just confused on. I wish it gave us answers for I wish it gave us answers for the other side. I mean, that's really why I'm kind of like, that's why I'm kind of crazy about it right now. I don't think we're getting enough answers for it. But Josh Sweat, and obviously another defensive lineman last year that really hit a roadblock last year. I mean, even with his sack numbers, it got worse. I mean, he had a sack week 9 and didn't get a sack until the last week of the season. But everybody struggled. Everybody hit a roadblock last year. There's no doubt about it. Everybody did. Appreciate the super chat, Mr. Rudy Poo. Much appreciated, man. A big crazy edge rusher Josh Sweat agrees to restructure deal with 10 million guaranteed plus incentives, max of 13. Virginia, how much money do we actually save in cap space? I gotta check. I don't know. So they just reworked his deal? I mean, that's what they did. So they just restructured his deal. And they moved some money around. I know what I mean from overthecap.com, I mean, from just a plain restructure from Josh Sweat, they save about only like $2.5 million. It's not much. You know what I mean? So I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. I mean, this makes me more worried now because now I feel like, I don't know. I felt Reddick wasn't going anywhere, but it's kind of making me a little nervous now. Here goes, so now Aaron Donald announces retirement. Do you think they possibly trade Reddick to them for picks? I mean, he plays a different position, but possibly want a pass rusher. Let's see. So Reddick is gone. I don't know. I gotta check more news on this. There's gotta be more information on this because this is a little too much. Let's see here. I'm seeing if there's any more news. If anybody has any news, let me know. Man. If you get rid of Reddick, man, then what? Sorry, it was a fucking movie I was watching. I don't know what they're doing, man. Josh Sweat staying with the Eagles on a restructured deal with $10 million guaranteed plus incentives, max of 13. I'm surprised with this. Maybe no takers in a trade. That's what Howard Eskin said. But what does? I don't know what this means. It doesn't even say how much money they save. I mean, a regular restructure is really. I mean, I don't know. They reworked the deal, but I mean, I think the restructure is only like $2.5 million. I don't think it's much. I think it's like $2.5 million. Chris says Reddick gets us a second, then he's gone. If not, he stays. Nolan Smith will back him up. Sweat will back up Huff. Graham will just be a specialist in the 3-4 scheme. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think even with Nolan Smith, I don't think anything's gonna affect him at all. Donnie Holler says, "Damn, dude, I'd rather kept Reddick than Swift, but I'm happy." So yeah, the news is the news is for Josh Sweat, he has been restructured. He is staying in Philadelphia, and we don't. I know the Eagles will probably save $2.5 million from this move. I mean, I just checked the other day. I want to restructure with Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat would be. I can't talk today. It's $2.5 million in savings. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. I mean, every day has been really busy. You just signed Devin White yesterday. Know a lot of Eagle fans are kind of like, on the signing. I get it. I think there's a lot of good things to take from it. I think everybody is hating on it for no reason. I think a lot of people look at the stat sheet more than what he actually can do. That the guy wanted out of Tampa Bay the last couple of years. Lost his job last year and kind of wanted to revive himself a little bit. So Listen, thanks for keeping the love going this week. And the man Joe Goldberg, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Keith Manning thinks that there's a couple different defensive looks, like 2 edge, 3 interior. This is crazy week, so depressing after Kelsey and Cox retirements, but now it's a party again. This is going to be really interesting. No, it's not a restructure and trade. No, you don't restructure and trade a guy. Let's not forget they brought back Brandon Graham. I'm so confused. Can an extra $2 million get us Simmons? So there is. So I don't know. There's been rumblings of now Justin Simmons might be going down on his price because as of every day, it looks like the Eagles were at. I mean, the Eagles look like they were out of the sweepstakes for Justin Simmons. I've seen no news on Justin Simmons. I mean, nothing. I haven't seen one thing on Justin Simmons at all. I think the only team I've seen had interest in him, maybe for a split second on a rumored report, was like Tennessee. Other than that, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't understand you. Sweat is young and talented and now cheap. Why you sound sad? I'm confused. No, I'm not sad. I'm confused now because now this changes everything because now I'm figuring out like if Reddick is staying, I mean, how does this affect, maybe there wasn't enough interest when it came to Josh Sweat, I guess. Like, I'm not sad about it at all. I'm like happy, but then I got to realize like, man, I don't know. This might be that they're now keeping Sweat and getting rid of Hassan Reddick because if that's the case, it's really bad. If that's the case, this is not a good move. If they're keeping both guys, great. But the last thing I want is Reddick out of this defense. That's where I'm gonna not like this move at all, unfortunately. Dave says, if we lose Reddick, how many are we targeting a top pass rusher in the draft? Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. If they lose Reddick, I guarantee you they're going to go after an edge rusher in this draft because they have the capital to do it. And they could save another $11+ million with an extension. They could save $11+ million with a trade with Hassan Reddick. So there's a lot of different things they could do. But if you lose Reddick, there's no way that now I feel like it's making it obvious what they're going to need in this draft. Can you replace Reddick with his numbers? Definitely not. But someone that's, I guess, maybe, I don't know. I mean, look, if he gets traded, I guess it's more of a, like, maybe they don't think he's, I don't know, maybe they don't think he's much of a, not saying not of a scheme fit, but, you know, maybe they think like he's not more of a futuristic guy down the road, like to pay him this much money. I mean, Bryce Huff got the bag. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, Bryce Huff got $17 million a year. You know, he got a big contract. I mean, look, Bryce Huff got a big contract coming off of like not only playing 43% of the snaps. You know what I mean? Like, Bryce Huff hasn't played a full season. You know, he didn't play a full season. So, you know, like, they feel like he has a lot, you know, they feel like he has a huge ceiling on, you know, playing more snaps and being more productive in this defense. And, you know, let's stay with the reference of this is rich people problems kind of thing. Howie will either get the value for Reddick or retain him. Pick your poison. Yeah. I mean, he's not giving him up for nothing. Okay, and obviously, if they tried, trade. There was. I mean, it's the reports are coming out that there was interest for Josh Sweat, but I guess maybe the compensation wasn't good. I guess maybe, or maybe there just wasn't any interest. I don't know why. I don't know why it would be like that bad. So I think everybody's thinking at this point that Reddick is not going to be back with the Eagles. They rework his deal. I mean, I'm not even seeing any reports. I'm not even seeing any reports from anybody else saying, "Oh yeah," it's like, yeah, Sweat. You know, at least from a reporter that Sweat, you know, restructured, and you know they are keeping Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick isn't going anywhere. I'm not even seeing reports on that at all, which is not a good sign. It's really not. I hope I'm wrong, but it ain't looking too great. I don't hear the word cooked for about 2 million times from every fan base except Dallas. CJ Dave said, I think he is gone. I don't think we pay a $17 million a defenseman like Huff to come off the bench. No, of course not. No, I mean, but man, I really liked the sound of Reddick and Huff on opposite sides. But man, yeah, they might want to go younger at edge rusher. They might want to say, you know what? Reddick is 30 years old. He's going to be turning 30 years old in September. They are in a draft right now, which there are some really good edge rushers and some really good ones, and have draft capital to move up, not even once, but twice in this draft. Because honestly, I think these edge rushers are going top 15. I don't even think they're making it out of 15. You know? No, cap space isn't the problem. It's not cap, it's roster, and it's you're trying to get your roster together, and it's you know what's going to affect their draft their draft board and what they're going after. And I was thinking, so you don't think he restructured so it's easier to trade him and the team takes on the cap? No, I mean, I think he's staying. I mean, from what the reports look like right now, it looks like he is staying right now. So Josh Sweat Sweat is back. Aid Monty says Sweat is back. He's back. This isn't they're not trading him. This is it. I mean, he's I'm trying to find more news on it to see if there's something, but this isn't good news on the other side though. Damn. Well, if Rappaport's saying he's staying in Philadelphia, he's staying in Philadelphia. So that's how it is. That's how it is. Nobody said they were getting rid of Sweat yet. Zach said keep both Smith as outside linebacker. Let Sweat rotate and have Huff with Reddick off the edge. Well, that's the thing. Like, if Sweat is staying and they're keeping Reddick, then I'm perfectly fine with it. But they have to extend Reddick too. They're not paying Josh Sweat after this year, obviously. Okay, we kind of know that. Ruben said, I obviously be worrying about Reddick. I don't want to hear nothing else that they sign him. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking, Ryan. I mean, that's what I'm thinking right now, unfortunately. It looks like Reddick's going to get traded. I mean, I can't see them keeping both of them. I just don't. After this, it's tough for me to even... It's really tough for me to feel like they're going to keep both of these guys. The Giants are signing free agent tight end Chris Manhertz. Dude, guys, there's rumors that Howie still isn't done. He is still looking for another big splash move coming. We'll see. I think there is somewhat of another trade going to happen. It might be the Hassan Reddick thing, but I think the Eagles have interest in the free agent market still, whoever's left. So, yeah, President. So, Joey, the 49ers writers an article that their safety Hufanga, who got torn ACL injury, might not get his starting job back and thinks 49ers should reach out for a safety like Justin Simmons. Maybe. They're signing fucking everything. They just got Campbell today. They just signed him. They're just signing guys and signing guys and signing guys. So yeah, Curl signed with the Rams. Curl's gone. Curl's off the board. Robert says there has to be something else cooking. I mean, maybe. But I don't like this. I like that Josh Sweat is back, but I don't like what it's going to turn into with what else happens to this roster. I'm not going to like it. But because if they keep Sweat, they trade Reddick, and they don't even get a top edge rusher in this draft, I don't like what I don't know. That's not going to be good. Well, the guy said Josh Sweat is a better defensive end than Montez Sweat, so I certainly don't agree. Sweat is very valuable, and I'm sure 10+ teams are interested. However, Reddick and Fifth gets you Patrick Surtain. Would be Sweat would have been a first too. Yeah, I don't think Reddick in a fifth. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe. Ryan said Bryce Huff was the third in pass rush win rate. He needs to start over. Oh yeah, I mean his pass rush rate when it comes to win percentage, one-on-ones, he's top 3 the last few years, whatever. We got Nifty 350D with the super chat. Says how much of an asset is Parker? What do you mean? Parker who? Parker? What Parker? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean by that. Appreciate the super, but I don't know what you mean by that. I could be just having a brain fart right now of who you're talking about. Oh, Devontae Parker. Oh. I'm all over the place. Devontae Parker is going to be interesting because I don't think he's a lock at wide receiver 3. So it means that they could still draft. They could still draft a wide receiver in the third round, whatever, in the second round, or I don't know. They can do whatever they want. I mean, I don't think he's a lock at all. They definitely need to get another receiver in the building. They'll have more for camp, obviously, but Devontae Parker as a number 3, if he plays well, still got speeds, contested catching, big body receiver with some good separation at times. I understand his separation rate percentage is dead last the last few years, which is the dumbest stat because Devontae Smith and AJ Brown's separation rate is not ranked well either. I just think it's a really dumb stat. I think it really depends on your coaching as well and what route combinations they put you in. You know what I mean? So it's based off of some skill, but I don't think he's a lock. I think he's more of a tryout for $1 million, to be honest with you. Slick with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says we just need to extend Reddick and sign Simmons, and we are good for. Yeah, I think that's all they really need to do. To be honest, I think Reddick extension, get this Reddick situation over and done with, and then if they want to, if they're trying now, there has been rumors as of right now about Chauncey is apparently listed as a cornerback this year. It is true. Like Chauncey's actually listed as a corner, not a safety. So I don't know if that means anything, if that's an error, or like if Chauncey's listed as an actual as a cornerback, then you definitely have a hole at safety still. And that could open the door for Justin Simmons. You know what I mean? So it is a possibility. I mean, it could be just a it could be an error. I mean, it might not be anything. You know what I mean? It might be just bullshit at the end of the day. Jason says, let's see. Hold on a second. What if Reddick is gone at draft and Eagles draft and edge rusher? You think that might happen as well if you're getting traded? Oh yeah, as trade bait for the draft, 100%. Yeah, definitely. They can get something done before the first round starts and trade Reddick and get. I mean, you could. They'll probably move up in the draft a lot. I mean, he'll be a lot of value for a team, no doubt. I mean, they can use him as trade bait. I know Ryan says I know Hassan wants to stay a lot. No, I agree. I think he does. Like I don't question Reddick wanting to stay at all. I don't really question that at all. But I don't like this. That's what, dude, Cameron. I do not like it. I don't like this. I'm not liking where this is going. Like I'm a little not confused, but like if they're restructuring Josh Sweat, then they must have something going on with Reddick right now. They must have something in the works with Reddick regarding a trade. There says, yeah, we just got to let it play out, not jump to conclusions. No, I get it, but we're just reminiscing in it. You know, this news drops on us that he might be gone. So you always have to think. I don't know, man. I hope Reddick stays. J.D. Legend Sports Media says Chauncey Gardner-Johnson plays slot safety, a cornerback. No, I know he plays both positions. I know he plays both, but they have him listed as an actual corner. It's not like he's listed as a DB, like a DB is a DB, but he's listed as an actual corner, not a safety. So I don't know if they have enough do they feel like they're going to try to put him there first? See what Isaiah Rodgers has when he comes into camp, all that great stuff. And maybe fill in that safety spot. I don't know. I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out in the time. I mean, Chauncey's got, that's one of Chauncey's obviously, a big attribute to this team is he's a hybrid player. He played multiple positions. You know, Justin Simmons is a hybrid player. You know, they get Sidney Brown back. Just look what they could do. You know what I mean? There's plenty of things they could do with both of those guys. Ryan says, I'm looking at how much we can save cap on the Josh Sweat contract. I think it's only $2.5 million. If you've gone over the cap, I don't know if they I don't know, they reworked the deal, so I don't know if it changes if they change money and stuff like that. I don't know if it affects it. I mean, from a regular restructure from Josh Sweat in 2024, it's $2.5 million. So they save a little bit of money from it, no doubt. I wish that we had some news on, hey, like, Reddick is staying, Reddick is on the move. I don't know, just something that at least gives us a little bit of room. Matt said, could the Sweat restructure make it easier to trade him to another team than use that money from restructure to re-sign Reddick? I don't know. The money's not the problem right now, because I don't think you're saving that much from a restructure. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the money, could the extra couple $1 million help? Yeah, sure. Like, yeah, I probably. They give him more guaranteed money, whatever. It doesn't make me feel comfortable that he's going to be staying, though. I don't know. Joey, look at Joe Castro's tweet. Joe Castro. Joe Castro says Eagles will be extending Hassan Reddick for 2 years. And I trust Joe. Joe Castro is the man, the myth, the legend. So I trust Joe with a lot of source. He won't bullshit anybody. So he must be hearing some things. I mean, God, let me tell you something. If they're able to keep both of these guys, I'll be really happy, because I didn't expect that to even happen, to be honest. So I mean, realistically, Chris with the super chat says we extended Reddick. Not seeing anything that's official. Yeah, I mean, Zach Berman is saying, what's going on with Hassan Reddick then? Like, I think that's the main question right now. That's the main question. But if Joe says they're, that it's a 2-year extension, yeah, we'll see. I want to see it go to other reporters, though. I mean, I trust Joe, but I want to see this thing like official, you know? See if the news gets out there. Yeah, put out the fucking Josh Sweat shit, not the Hassan Reddick stuff. Jesus. I know we got a time. So that makes sense. 2 years, they weren't giving him a long deal. I mean, no. I mean, look, like how long? I mean, at 30 years old when the season starts, how many years are you going to give him? You know what I mean? They'll save $2 million from a restructure from Josh Sweat, right? They'll save $2 million on that, and then they'll save $11+ million on an extension for Reddick. I mean, that's just cap, dude. I mean, that just gives them leeway to do so much more if they really want. You know what I mean? So I don't know what else they've had interest. I mean, the restructure for Josh Sweat saves $2.5 million. Then with Hassan Reddick, you save 11+ on an extension, which, give it a couple more days, or maybe today, to say, Justin Simmons, how much do you want? Has your price gone down? And get that done, and then call it a day. Just call it a day. Maybe find some depth signings for your offensive line, maybe more depth signings at certain positions. I don't know. Howie likes to work those depth signings as well. But this Rooster said, yo, I'm getting up, had a long night of work. What's going on? It looks like Josh Sweat got restructured. There's already rumors coming out now that Reddick has a 2-year extension. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Well, dude, that's how it is, bro. We always do. There's no doubt about it. We always worry about dumb shit and overreact to dumb shit. Brent said we need a lot of free agents for defense, but we have Saquon. Tommy says we're not talking about JJ Reddick. Zach Ellis says that would be amazing. Restructure, save the missing money for Reddick. Keeping the main thing, says 2 years, $18 million each. I'm not sure. Eric says freeing up cap space, trading a 1 to the Broncos and signing Surtain. I'm from all the times you guys talk about Patrick Surtain, this shit better fucking happen then. I'm telling you, it better happen then, because at this point, like, you guys talk about this shit every day for a cornerback. Iron Mike says almost 22 million on over the cap for Reddick. Chris got Reddick or Sweat is still most likely getting traded to Denver for Surtain with 22 and a second and 25. That's my belief. Christ. Ryan says, what's the point of giving Huff the bag then? That's just plain stupid. Well, no, it's not, because, Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham's a free agent after this year. Josh Sweat's a free agent after this year. You're not re-signing. Brandon Graham's retiring after this year. Josh Sweat's not signing. If you're, Josh Sweat's definitely not signing with the Eagles after this year. You're losing technically 2 defensive ends. So you got to sign. They had to sign somebody. I mean, I said before free agency started, they need to sign an edge rusher. I didn't know if they want to pay someone the bag, or were they just looking for like a rotational guy, or both. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Josh Sweat's going to take more of a back seat this year. We'll see what happens. Reddick has not been extended. Well, my boy Joe has a lot of ties. Joe Castro has a lot of ties, and I could believe what he says. He's got a lot of ties to some of the guys in the building over there. So I could believe what he says, that there is an extension in place. I mean, it's not official yet. That's what I'm kind of waiting for, but that's the rumor right now. So he doesn't get any extension. $10 million guaranteed to stay for the year. Market must not have been what they had hoped. I guess not. No, the 2 years is no. He said Eagles will be extending Hassan Reddick for 2 years. That's what he said. People are asking. AW, I'd rather have one of the cornerbacks in the draft over Surtain. Saves tons of money and makes sense. Well, yeah, I mean, it's really up to the Eagles. Do they want to pay somebody after? Do they want to pay somebody after this year? Do they want to pay a corner after this year and say screw it, or if you go into the draft and draft one to start day one, you don't have to pay them for 5 years. You know, that's the difference. The difference is you're going to have to give, you trade for Surtain, you got to rework that whole contract because the cap hits are fucking nuts. And you're going to you're going to end up paying him. You're going to have to rework that whole contract and end up paying him. So, you know, so do the Eagles want to use the cash flow now to pay a cornerback since the Super Bowl window is open? Or do you think that there is a top quality guy that could come in right now and play first day and produce? That's really going to be the big question going forward. There's the Eagles press conference is being delayed because of this extent. Yeah, that's I have it on right now. Like I think Jake Elliott and Matt Hennessy already had their press conference. Chauncey is supposed to be next, and nothing has happened yet. Still, it's still something must be going on right now. Something's going on. Iron Mike said if Reddick restructured, Simmons next domino to fall, hopefully. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know what Simmons is looking. I haven't seen nothing on Justin Simmons. There has been like no news. There's been like maybe one report, like not even a realistic report. Like there was like one little thing that kind of popped out from a third party reporter. But it's been really quiet on the Justin Simmons front, just in general, not even to the Eagles, but just in general. Pro signed for a 6.5 a year. Yeah. Like Joey said, if we trade him pre-June, it's 20 million dead money. No way we trade Red. Well, no, I mean, if he plays on the contract right now, it's going to be 20 million a year. If he plays on the contract, that's why they have to. If you go to over the cap and you see like if he just plays on the if Reddick plays on his contract, say the Eagles ain't going to do a damn thing with Reddick. The Eagles don't do anything. They could let him just play out the last year of his deal and bet on himself for another contract next year. Okay, so that's going to be $20 million against the cap if they just let him play out the year. If they extend him, they save $11 million. 11 plus, probably 11 to 12. He says Fangio defense needs them all. Huff, Sweat, Reddick. He's a mastermind, knows how to utilize guys. No, I get it. I mean, just from the press conferences yesterday from Zach Bond and Bryce Huff says, you know, they really liked the Fangio system. I mean, believe it or not, guys, like there are actually players that like the Fangio system. Like there are guys that hate it. There are guys that love it. It just depends, you know. That's where we're at. So how many years is Sweat here? He's only here for this year. That's it. They're going to restructure his deal. They restructured his deal. He's only playing for this year, and that's it. That's it. Nothing else. We got Rashad May with the super chat says we or get Simmons late like we got Bradbury. Yeah, I mean that could be a possibility. If they restructure, if they restructure Josh Sweat, they end up extending Reddick, saving more money, and then they go out and get Justin Simmons with a little bit of that money. Then, yeah, I mean they, yeah, I think they'll be set. I mean, I think that's pretty much. I feel satisfied going to the draft with that as of right now. I mean, that's, you know, that's. I mean, there's going to be a 10th move. I mean, there's definitely going to be a 10th move. There's no doubt about it. Whether it's Justin Simmons, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna go on. So, got Bicentennial. Welcome to the Camper Tier, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and the extra content. Thank you so much. There is 855 in the chat. Joshua has been restructured. Restructured. It looks like, you know, the Hassan Reddick stuff is going to be heating up soon. See what's going to go on with him. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Like the stream. If you guys haven't, like up the stream like crazy. Thank you so much. Check out the pinned comment for extra content and support with the memberships and all that great stuff. You know, we have a lot. We're gonna, you know, it's gonna be crazy. This weekend's gonna be nuts. We got the Philly Shakedown tomorrow night, so might have 2 streams tomorrow. Philly Shakedown tomorrow night, and it's probably gonna be like a 2-hour stream tomorrow. It's gonna be a long stream tomorrow, so you know, get ready for a lot of a lot of information coming to you guys on all the moves. The only team that I've seen interested in Simmons as of right now is Tennessee, but that was like weeks ago. Not weeks ago, but that was like a week ago. Like one little report and then it disappeared, and then like it's been like really quiet. It's been beyond quiet regarding the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson stuff. Brad, so I'm surprised there are no ex-Dolphins on the team. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the one surprising thing. Like, I'm really shocked he didn't bring anybody from Miami. Like, I'm a little... I know Jerome is still out there right now. Jerome Baker's still out there. He's visiting teams right now. I know Chase Young is visiting teams right now. I'm just talking about guys in general. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, look, we passed on Cam Curl. I mean, look, I mean, this could open up Justin Simmons coming to the Eagles. I mean, it could open it up. I mean, tremendously. I'm like, if I was a free agent, I'd be picking my chops, pause to join this team. Yeah, it's getting loaded, man. We got JHS Records Entertainment. Thank you for joining the camper tier, man, and all the support. All the extra content is up there. We're gonna have another member video by tonight, so definitely be on the lookout. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining JHS Records and Entertainment. Well, what's up? Walt says, "What's up?" Joey just got on. What did I miss? We got a lot of stuff going on, man. This has been one of the most. All right, here's Chauncey. Here he is. He's getting onto the podium. He...
Like I never left. I feel great. What's that? Join family time.
There's gonna be a lot of Chauncey's got like this. He's got this aura of like, you don't know what the fuck he's gonna say, what he's gonna do. Like, it's great. It's great. I love it. You know, he's gonna be asked to crap with the fans, which he already kind of apologized on Twitter. But Jerome Baker visiting the Seattle. Yeah, I don't think Eagles cap situation. I don't know, actually. I'm guessing it's like $38 million right now. Steve says, Howie is not giving up the trench pieces. So happy for Josh Sweat. He deserves to stay here. Anyone that thinks different does not know what they're talking about. The guy sets the edge with the best. I mean, no, it's not that he's not a good player. It's that you know, between the money situation and what they wanted to pay and who they want to give an extension to and what's going on, it's confusing sometimes because I feel like they want to do a little bit more. But yeah, CJ is on right now. No, I can't show any press conference stuff. No. I will never ever show any of that stuff. Never show that stuff. I've done that in the past years ago. I will never do it again. Let's see, probably 35 mil with White signing. Tom said, Joey, Eagles are either setting themselves up to extend Sweat at the end of the year to have with Huff for future, or they are extending Reddick and letting Sweat walk after this year. I don't think Sweat's going to be here after this year. I don't know. I don't know if. I guess it's another way of thinking about it, but it doesn't make me feel like Josh Sweat. It doesn't make me feel like Sweat's staying after this year. it doesn't, you know, you're going to have Bryce Huff, obviously. But what happens with Josh Sweat is going to affect it's going to affect what happens to, you know, the Hassan Reddick thing. It's going to affect what's going on. Right? We're going to find out. I don't know. Like, until I see something, we'll see.
My role is to be a great teammate, help us win games, and get us back to the Super Bowl. I think there's no in between. What they expect.
There's just a big mistake. Philly moves on from Reddick. I understand getting younger and Sweat is a good talent. Got to keep him, but no way you can move on from Reddick. Big mistake. I mean, that's the best player in your defense last year. 30 years old, turning in September or not. Like, that's the best. It's really hard to give up a guy with double-digit sacks. I mean, it's tough, you know, for multiple years. Like, you don't give up on a guy like that. You don't let go of a guy like that at all. That's the problem I'm having with the situation. So when if their plan right now, okay, if this Josh Sweat extension, if the Josh Sweat restructure right now is telling us that Reddick is going to stay and it's going to free up even more money to get Justin, you know, if there's more that's going to happen, then great. You know, if they keep both of them, then fantastic. I have no issue with it. That's a win-win for us at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So then I feel like, you know what? Could they go after another defensive lineman in the draft? They might not. You know what I mean? They might actually not. They might be pretty set. They might be pretty much set. Maybe they want to get another defensive tackle for depth. Maybe I don't know. Depending on, you know, it's just on the multiple schemes that they're going to be running, just depending on how they want to use some of these guys. But we'll see. If the Eagles keep Reddick, we're back. Stupid me to try to trip Chauncey up. Oh, are you surprised? Back to trade 22 for Snead and extend him? No. I'm not trading 22 for L'Jarius Sneed. Never happening. Robert Quinn was traded in the middle of the year after a great year before. Yeah, and I know he had an injury too. He had a lingering injury too on top of it. Yeah, he had a double-digit sack season, I think, or whatever it was. But Benny said, I'm watching Chauncey Gardner press conference right now. Philadelphia media asked the dumbest question. Yeah, I don't even have the volume up. I mean, I've been putting it on here and there.
Does that surprise you that knowing the guys who were back there in that secondary? Yet again, I wasn't focused on or what they was giving up. I had a team to focus on myself. So my job now is just to be a great teammate and prevent from apparently what happened last year. That's not my job to go back into last year. My job is this year and help win games this year. So
yeah, he's just saying, like, let's forget about last year. Let's talk about this year, and that's it. You know, we have Chauncey long term now, which is great. I can't. The two moves I want to happen. Getting a running back long term, whether it was Swift, whether it was, you know, Saquon Barkley. Really like the Saquon Barkley press conference a lot. I really liked it. And getting, you know, Chauncey being back now, you know, it's just, oh man, great. Fully Prompt Tacoma said, what is the market for Simmons? Dude, I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, I could check on Spot Track what the market is, like what he would get paid, but I mean, you know, that's always never going to be realistic. There's been no news. I mean, there really hasn't been anything crazy, to be honest. Dax says we have 38 million before Reddick extending, which adds another 11. So yeah, 49. Yes, we do have enough for Snead. Well, it doesn't mean they're interested in getting Snead. You got to trade for Snead right now. You know, like, do you really want to give up draft capital plus pay a guy? You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, especially to the Chiefs. I think that's the last team I even want to trade with at this point. They still haven't traded him yet. Could the Eagles go out and get Mike Williams? I mean, they could if they wanted, but I don't think they have that much interest. Yeah, I got it. No, it's fine. If I've been like putting it on for like 3 seconds and turning it off, so it's fine. Says Reddick is great, but the problem he's command too much money, and with the Eagles signing Huff, for signing Sweat and BG and Nolan Smith into his second year, probably looking to trade. I'm really hoping to God they don't trade Reddick. I'm if they do, then there's no way. There's no way, and it's already late in free agency. There's no other good defensive. I mean, you're gonna have if Reddick is even gone, period. You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go into the draft and get a top edge rusher. I mean, you really have no choice at that point. But I understand, like, yeah, like Michael, I understand, like that's why it goes both ways. Like you're thinking long term. If they're thinking long term, like, well, Reddick's not going to be here for. Well, he's not going to be here for another. He won't be here for another 5 years, 4 years. I don't know. Do we want to invest in a guy that's playing on a high level right now, but like with his age, when is he going to start to decline? So I get it. I get it 100%. My brother says teams are opening to moving him, but they came to what both sides view as mutually beneficial contract. Gives Sweat $10 million guaranteed next season. Gives the team some salary relief. Jeff McLean. So I want to see what the actual numbers are. So if it's not just a regular restructure, are they saving money for next year? All right, Chauncey is done. Chauncey's done. Ryan said, if we keep Reddick and Sweat and draft defensive end in the first now, that's stupid. No. I'm saying if Reddick is gone, if they end up getting rid of him for draft capital, you have to get a top talent in the first round. Like I'm not saying you have to go get need, but like if you lose if you lose Hassan Reddick, okay, the stream is over. If you lose Hassan Reddick, okay, you have no choice. Okay, you have no choice but to go up and get a top edge rusher this year. So Chauncey Gardner-Johnson changed his number to number 8, guys. Simmons. Oh my God. Are we back? Yeah, my internet just took a shit. I don't know what happened. Yeah, my internet just took a shit. My internet just took a shit. Oh shit. My bad. My router just fucking just took a crap. It happened a few days ago too. I don't know what the hell happened. So I apologize. Can't hear. What? I don't know. We got volume. We got volume. Okay, we're good. Okay, yeah, the internet took a shit on me real quick. Yeah, so Chauncey's wearing number 8. Chauncey's wearing number 8. Sorry guys, sorry. Let me refresh this shit. I think. Hold on. Let me yeah, just restart the just refresh the stream. The volume's fine. The volume's fine. Let me just get this chat back out again, because I had to restart the chat because the chat's all stuck up now. Yeah, my internet just took a shit. I don't know what happened. Sometimes that happens. It doesn't happen a lot, but it happens sometimes. This way, we're good to go. We're good to go. All right, we should be okay right now. All right, hold on. Sorry, I have to put this thing back in now. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, just refresh it because I'm playing the stream on my phone and it's fine. I'm playing it on my phone and it's perfectly fine. All right. Yeah, this whole thing is fucked up. I don't know what happened. That was kind of weird. But if you guys can hear me, we should be all right. You guys can hear me, we'll be all right. Chauncey's wearing number 8. That's what it looked like. That's what I was saying before the stream ended. Sorry, everybody. I'm sorry, goddamn. I'm sorry. Yeah, but this chat's not. This chat's being not weird, but you know. All right, we're good now. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Sorry, shit just happens. Shit just happens, bro. Remember to hit the like. Remember, if you're behind and watching, your chats get sent to live stream time. Ryan said, if we find a way to keep Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat, Howie is the best GM. Hold on, I think I missed something here. Got a new member. Got DZN Kevin joined the slasher tier. Thank you so much, man, for the extra content. Appreciate you joining up, my dude. Appreciate you joining up. YouTube sneaked in some commercials. Yeah, if you refresh it, it probably does. I don't know who's wearing 23. I have no idea. No idea if someone's wearing 23 yet. So, yeah, I'm gonna go. I didn't listen to the whole press conference. I had it on pause because I didn't want to. I didn't want to go crazy. Say, congrats on calling Philly fans obnoxious in the offseason. I'm obnoxious. I thought it was a compliment, to be honest with you. All jokes aside, I was just in my feelings. When you want to be somewhere so bad to the point you can't control certain things, there was no meaning to it. I'm back, family reunion. So it was obvious, I guess, that he wanted to stay in Philadelphia, and I don't know why the contract never got done. I mean, it was apparently a backloaded contract, so I don't get what happened with the whole Chauncey like trying to re-sign that last year. You know what I mean? Like I guess like he just wanted to be here so bad, but I mean, it's not like he didn't play bad with the Lions. Like unfortunately, he had an injury, he had a pectoral. He only played like 2-3 games before he got injured. Then he was out the whole year. But it definitely helps for him to come back and say, hey, you know what? Like, you know, he went on Twitter. He's like, I fucked up. You know, I didn't do the right thing. You know, he was, every time something happened with the Eagles, he would like throw out this something stupid. He would say something stupid on Twitter, you know, and then yeah, I mean, it was the agent. Michael, I think it was the agent. It was the agent 100%. The agent for Chauncey, like I don't even know if that guy knew how to do a contract, but I heard that Howie's contract was like so backloaded, like the last year, like the first, like it was like a 3-year. I think it was like 3 years, 22 million. But I remember it was like 3 years, 22 million, and I don't know what the fuck happened. No idea. And you know, it just didn't work out. I guess I don't know. He went to the Lions. What was it, like a year for like 8 million? I don't know how much it was. It wasn't much. Even this contract for Chauncey now, it's only 10 million guaranteed for 3 years, but he can make more in incentives. But yeah, think about it. Like, he was hurt all year. So if he had a monster year, I mean, who knows if we could have even, I mean, we could have afforded him, but who knows what he would have got paid if he played the rest of the season. And he played pretty damn good last year. Thought he played really good last year. So I guess he was pissed off that the deal couldn't get done. I mean, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see. We will find out. But this Hassan Reddick situation could lead to other situations regarding this roster. We'll find out, man. See here. He said he was complimenting the fans, but wasn't seen that way. I don't think so either. I think he's just trying to play it off a little bit. Ryan said, I think we were working on something with Hassan Reddick now. I hope. I just want to see that Reddick staying, and then I'll feel a lot better. Then I'll just be like, okay, great. And then it's like, all right, they're going to save more money. They're going to save more money. So at this point, like, so let's get Hunter Renfrow. Yeah, let's see if the Eagles have interest. I don't know. I mean, they got Devontae Parker now. I mean, I don't know if they want to add in another guy. I'm not sure. So I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Greg Bryan says, I laughed my ass off. Said Chauncey Johnson and Carter are 2 menaces for our defense. Just watch. Yeah, dude. I mean, they're on the same team now. You know, like, it's crazy. AJO's over Brown says, Eagles going back, baby. Howie, best GM, bro, hands down. Oh, dude, like, I mean, look, K Robinson, I was so, like, in general, I was just so happy that he was, like, Chauncey was back. Like, that's all I wanted. I mean, that's really all I wanted. Rogue says that Joey heard Vikings trade for first round pick from the Texans. Interesting. Timothy Walker, Joey, is Isaiah Rodgers still suspended for gambling? No, he's not. I don't know. Is he technically still suspended right now? He might be until the new league year begins, unless it already did. I don't know. I mean, he's got to get off the exempt list before anything first. That's the thing. He's got to be off the exempt list. I don't know if he did that yet. I haven't seen him with his teammates yet, so I'm guessing he hasn't. Rogue said, I think you're hey Joey, if the Vikings want to get a quarterback, I see them trading, do with the Patriots so they can draft Drake. Maybe they can have trade 2 first rounds picks and Joe Jefferson. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna get rid of him, dude. I think he'll be fine. Vittori said, "What up, Joey? Just got out of work. Saw we restructured Sweat's contract to stay. Think that means Reddick is gone." That's what we're trying to figure out. I'm seeing, at least from one of my close buddies that knows people within the organization, okay, has said that Reddick has extended 2 years. That's the rumor right now. How true is it? I'm hoping it is. We'll find out. That they're working on a 2-year extension right now for Hassan Reddick. Value Vilcon, what's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat. Says rather have Mike Williams than Parker. No, I get it. I get it, dude. I don't know if Mike Williams is. I don't know if Mike Williams has that much speed anymore, to be honest with you. You know, I don't know if he's got. I mean, I don't know what's the the better fit. I'm not sure. You know, he's coming off an ACL injury, right? I mean, you know, see how I don't know if the Eagles want to take a chance on him and on another guy. You know, Rondale Moore was a guy I really wanted to trade for. I mean, that was a fucking steal. I mean, I don't know why they never went for that. Rondale Moore would have been great. Okay, so it looks like okay, never mind. I was looking at something else. So my buddy Joe Castro, right? Because he's been right on a lot of things. If you rock with me, you rock with me. My legacy been online 10 times. You hear I stand. We're gonna find out. I don't know, because I'm not seeing any Hassan Reddick rumors, reports, nothing. I'm not seeing anything else right now. So we'll find out. Steve says the NFL is the best. No other sport is anything as good as the NFL offseason is getting as used to as good regular season. Love it. Oh yeah, it's always exciting, man. It's always exciting. Keep it main thing says gotta be careful with restructuring contract because it makes the teams more attractive on trade talks. Yeah, I mean, I think that if they're restructuring Hassan Reddick, I don't think he's going anywhere now. I mean, I think that's final. I think that's totally final. I don't think we got to worry about anything. Yeah, Penny's a free agent. Yeah, Bicentennial Penny's a free agent. So, I mean, we're pretty much good on that front. Not worried about that at all. Extend Reddick, and I think that's all they need to do, Fat Mattress. I think once they extend Reddick and then go get Justin Simmons, and boom, I think you're 100% ready for this draft. 100%. I just think there's like a couple more things that need to happen, and I think we're good. I think we're almost there, guys. I think we're almost to the point now. Almost there. So the only thing to be concerned with is Sirianni. Mac, Mackenzie, I totally agree. Hopefully doesn't get involved in this offense. Hopefully just be a player's coach. Just be a player's coach, because that's what he's good at. Okay, that's all I care about. It's all he needs to do. Okay, there's a lot of hands-off coaches in the NFL. A lot of hands-off guys in the NFL that are successful. Okay, Dan Campbell with Detroit, not a hands-on guy. He's a hands-off guy. He's a player's coach. He's a rah-rah type coach. That's all I want him to be as of right now. Rashad, maybe with the super chat, Philip Hunter just said Josh Sweat is staying. No, he's staying. He's restructured. He's staying. It's already been reported he's staying. It's already done. He's staying right now. It's over. But Rapport already said he's staying with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's staying for the 2024 season. So it's done. Apparently, there's a lot of rumors too. Apparently, with that Kelsey might return. Been a lot of stuff going on. There's always stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on with Kelsey. Like, there's gonna be like a time where like the Eagles are gonna take Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman are gonna take Jason Kelsey out to dinner and get this thing going. Could be wrong, but be interesting though. We got Jacob McKay with Super Chat. Thank you so much, man. It says, what's your perfect draft scenario as of right now? Like right now, as if like they extend Reddick? Or are you just saying right now in general? I mean, look, like I think you need an upgrade at cornerback. I mean, I don't know if there's still questions right now because Bradbury's still here. There hasn't been any rumors of him just being cut at this point. I wish he would get cut so it would give me more of a strong answer of if they're keeping James Bradbury, they're not getting a cornerback through trade. They're not getting a cornerback obviously through the draft. If I'm going to upgrade a position, immediately, I think you're going to go linebacker, which I would love early. I just don't know if they're going to do it. Linebacker. You still need another safety as of right now if Justin Simmons isn't here. I don't know what they're doing with Chauncey. I don't know if they're moving Chauncey. I don't know. Chauncey's listed as a cornerback right now, so I don't know what's going on with that. But you need linebacker. You need cornerback. They're going to draft a corner in this draft, whether it's the first round or whether it's the fucking fourth round. But someone's going to get drafted. You need to draft offensive line early. You're going to have to at this point. And just draft some depth pieces, man. I think corner depth is great. Linebacker, now you have Zach Bond, you have Nakobe Dean, Ben Van Simmeren, Zach Bond, and Devin White. Okay, which is great. Devin White's pretty much your best player here. People are shitting on Devin White. I think they look at too many statistics. Devin White, Devin White has been wanting out of Tampa Bay the last couple years. Wanted a trade a couple years ago. Never got it. Was benched this past year. I think he really just needs. I think the best trait to Devin White is his pass rush ability. He can get after the quarterback. He can pass rush. He can disrupt. He can shoot the gap really well. His coverage isn't the best, okay? But he has done it before. He has just been very inconsistent throughout his career. That's really it. As the 5th overall pick, he hasn't really lived up to it too much. That's why he's been a free agent, for the past 4 days. Wait, what? Kenny Pickett? Is that true? Fuck, this team, what did they do? They traded for this fucking guy? Kenny Pickett just said fly, Eagles fly. Oh my fucking God, what did they do? Why? Why? The Steelers are sending QB Kenny Pickett to the Philadelphia Eagles in a pick swap. Once Pittsburgh signed Russell Wilson, Pickett. Oh shit. So Russell Wilson went to the Steelers to mentor Kenny Pickett. Holy shit. And he just, so what, do you think he was taking his job? Is that what happened? All right, so it's a pick. All right, so it's a pick swap. So that's not bad. Okay, I thought the Eagles gave up like I'm not gonna give up that much for him, but I thought they just gave a pick for a quarterback. Like still, like I get it. Like, you got to do some type of move, but this is fucking insane, dude. I mean, the Eagles like Kenny Pickett during the draft process. Remember the Eagles? Remember the Eagles took Kenny Pickett out to dinner? They had lobster. Remember all that shit? What the fuck, dude? Huh. It's a pick swap, so it's gonna be it's probably just the same pick. It's the same pick, but it's just a swap, so it might be a higher late round pick, something like that. So if it's a pick swap, who gives a shit? A late pick round, a late pick swap, who cares? Sorry, I didn't put the chat on. Sorry. Shit, really? Kenny Pickett? Kenny Pickett? Holy fuck, dude. I mean, that's 10 moves for the Eagles. I mean, it's not a free agent move because he's not a free agent. But that's like... All right. Philly Fly with a super chat says, I think we just trade. Yeah, so it's a pick swap. It's a pick swap. Tommy said we gave up 25 7th and a 25 7th and pick 98 for Pickett and pick 120. Whoa. All right, they gave a 25 7th. That's fine. They gave up pick number 120 of this year's. So what? What is that? A 5th rounder? What is that? 5th? Bro, what? This actually is insane. All right, so Joe Cash said this actually is insane value. I hate giving up 98, but 120. That's man. I didn't know Kenny Pickett was an Eagle fan. There's pictures of him in an Eagles jersey. I'm kind of like really starstruck, right? I mean, not starstruck, but I'm kind of like. I mean, this is a scenario where, like, if Kenny Pickett like produces like as a backup, we'll get some. I mean, is Russell Wilson really gonna be a fucking starting quarterback for the Steelers? Like, come on, dude. Like, seriously? They gave up. Russell Wilson is now the starting quarterback for the Steelers. Rappaport just put that out. Dude, why is everybody loving Russell Wilson so fucking much? Like, wow. 3rd round pick? They gave up their comp pick from Javon Hargrave. No, I mean, I get like for a 7th rounder, it's really good. Like it's yeah, like I think huh. Maybe so we lost our 3rd. We got a 4th and 2 7ths and Pickett. So do we have we already had a 4th. We didn't have a 4th rounder, right? I don't think we had a 4th rounder. And he's got what? How many years do you have left on his contract? All right, so Steelers get pick number 98 and 225 7th round picks. That's fine. Number 98, though. Eagles get Kenny Pickett and number 120. It's a similar value to Washington got for Sam Howell. Wow. Damn. I mean, not having the third doesn't. I don't think it kills us. But so you get. So you lose your third and you acquire a fourth, and you give up two seventh round picks in 25. You get Pickett and you get 120. Interesting. Damn, dude, this is fucking nuts. G says we get Pickett and 120. Steelers get 98 and 225 7th round picks. With that being said, hope he never sees the field as an Eagle. Preferred fields. Yeah, I mean, they must have they must have had a lot of. I mean, obviously they must have had a lot of interest in Pickett then when coming out of the draft, and they feel like they take the backup quarterback position real seriously. And yes, you kind of have to, because I get it. Like, your quarterback gets hurt. I get it. Wow, okay. All right, so we got rid of a third and we got a fourth. I mean, we got rid of a third, we got a fourth. All right, whatever, whatever. So they got a fourth. So we didn't have a fourth. We didn't have the third rounder was a compensatory pick for Javon Hargrave. That was the third round pick. That was the compensatory pick was rewarded to us from Javon Hargrave. So he's got like a couple years left. So the Eagles can keep him for this year and next year. So they'll have a backup quarterback in the building for the next couple years. I think what Barkley said, it's also a cat move. All right. So a third round pick. All right. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You give up a third, you give up two 25 7th round picks. The Eagles get Kenny Pickett, and you get a 4th round pick for this year. All right. I mean, it's balanced. I mean, it's what it is. A 3rd round pick is valued, so I mean, it is what it is. Oh, plus a 5th year option. Okay. Yeah, they have 3 5th round picks. Yeah. Calgary said they can still move up from 120 with all those 5th round. Yeah, they have 3 5th rounders this year. Okay. Wow. I mean, shit. The Eagles GM Howie Roseman has always placed a high value on backup quarterbacks. Now Philadelphia has landed Kenny Pickett for a pick swap, who is under contract for 2 more years. Right. Considering the backup quarterback contracts that have been signed this offseason, Pickett is a steal. He's scheduled to make just 8.2 over the next 2 seasons. Oh, that's yeah. I mean, that's cheap. That's fucking cheap. I mean, you fucking paid Marcus Mariota $5 million in 1 fucking year and couldn't even throw a ball. I mean, it's good because at this point, okay, you always want to give your second team, your third team, you want to give guys good looks. Pickett's actually going to give these guys some good looks, like for training camp, for preseason, which is really good. So I can't stand having backup quarterbacks that don't give good looks to some of these guys that are trying to make the team. I think we saved over $2 million for Sweat, Brandon. Daquan Barlow, super chat. Appreciate so much, man. He says, so only the first 3 rounds count against the cap. So losing a third saves cap money? Is that even, is that how it works? I mean, I've never. Kenny Pickett's excited, man. So Kenny Pickett wanted out. He wanted out of. So was signing Russell Wilson supposed to? I mean, the news I heard was the Steelers signing Russell Wilson was just a move to mentor Kenny Pickett for the next couple years. But was that the case, or was, I don't know. I mean, they got $8.5 million in 2 years for 2 years. I mean, that's pretty damn cheap. That's pretty good value for 2 years. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, you just lose your third, you get your fourth, you give away 2 7th rounders and 25. That's not horrible. Huh. Interesting. Mr. Repo Super Chat says that was a Howie move. Dude cannot stand not having a 4th rounder because it starts. It's the start of day 3. I don't know, dude. Those fourth rounders, bro. That's actually true, to be honest. Yeah, because the Eagles did have interest in Joe Flacco. If you guys remember, there was a report that the Eagles actually put out an offer for Joe Flacco, and he ended up signing with the Colts, I think. Steelers trading Kenny Pickett. Interesting. All right, well there you go. I mean, you got well, that was a need. That was 100% a need because we didn't have a backup quarterback, so I guess they didn't want to draft one late.
Whoa.
Let's see, that was never the case. Well, there you go. I mean, you got Kenny Pickett in the building now. So you need a backup quarterback. The picks aren't horrible. It's not bad. We got 534 in the chat as of right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The Eagles restructured Josh Sweat, and it looks like Kenny Pickett is now a Philadelphia Eagle. The new backup quarterback will be here for a couple years. $8.5 million for 2 years. Really good value. Pick swap, not bad. I mean, it's fine. It is losing a third ain't no big deal. Losing a third and getting a fourth. Losing a third, getting a fourth, and giving up 2 the 2 late round picks in 25. So not too bad. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, and like up the stream like crazy. I do appreciate it so much. Check out the pinned comment for memberships and all that great stuff. Yeah. That's what I'm. Yeah, the real game says hell no. Russell was starting over Kenny. I guess that's what happened. I mean, I mean, everyone was thinking that he was just there to mentor him, but I guess not. Here I to say, yeah, they said it was going to be a competition, which I knew it was a lie. Russ is starting. Drew says, well, we have a backup quarterback under contract now. Instead of having a revolving door, maybe they can flip him in the future. Yeah, I think within 2 years, yeah, they could. They could get some. Not gonna get anything crazy for him in a couple of years, but you can do another pick swap or something where the Eagles can move up in a specific round in the draft, next, in a couple of years or something like that. If that's what they want to do. I mean, this GM and Howie Roseman right now is just, man, he is just making moves, man. He's just getting shit done. All right, so for the people that are still trying to figure out what we're doing, yeah. So the Justin Fields rumors are done going to the Eagles. That's good, at least. That's done. Ron says, what do we trade for Pickett? So the Eagles get so the Steelers. So the Eagles trade. The Steelers get pick number 98 and 225 7th round picks. So the Eagles gave up their 3rd rounder for this year and 225 7th rounders for Kenny Pickett, okay, and 120. So the Eagles get Kenny Pickett in a 4th rounder. The Eagles lose a 3rd and 225 7th round picks. It's not bad. It's not horrible. Kenny Pickett you have him for 2 more years. $8.5 million for 2 years, which is pretty damn good. That's less money that we paid Mariota. So at least that's done. Yeah, people are gonna look at it and they're gonna say, and this isn't gonna work. How do the Eagles get fucking fleeced? I don't get that. Nothing. It's nothing. A 3rd round pick to get a 4th. Who gives a shit? They got 3 5ths. They got 2 seconds. They got a 1st. I mean, they're not picking 3 guys in the 5th round. I mean, they have draft compensation to move up in the 1st. They still got draft compensation to move up again if they really want to. Shit. They're not getting Buda Bigger. Let it go. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad trade at all. Like, I had to, you got to look at it. I thought they just straight up gave away a 3rd for fucking Kenny Pickett. I'm like, dude, no. Like, they didn't get anything. If they straight up gave a 3rd round pick, I wouldn't have. No, that would have been pretty bad. No, but that's not the case. They give up a 3rd. They get a 4th. They give up 25 7th round picks. He costs $8.5 million for 2 years. I mean, cheap. Like somebody said in the chat, you could flip this whole thing in a couple years. Like, if you want to trade Kenny Pickett, if somebody needs a quarterback by the trade deadline or something, you know what I mean? Like, Kenny Pickett has starting experience. Like, that's the greatest thing about this, because he has starting experience. You're not picking up a guy that hasn't played an actual game in the NFL yet. You're picking up a guy that has a lot of starting experience, and it's a good look for the rest of our roster for the off-season program, which is great, But Russell Wilson getting a starting job, fucking guy's a joke. That guy's a joke. He's a 1st round pick, had to give up something. Yeah, I guess so. I get it. Well, because originally I was like, man, you gave up a 3rd round pick for a fucking backup quarterback. I'm like, that's a really bad trade. But it's not a bad trade. You would think of it because he's a 1st round pick, but obviously he hasn't really played up the standard. Week 1, Kenny Pickett. Oh yeah, John says week 1, Kenny Pickett gonna give us the playbook. So yeah, there's rumors that the Eagles are playing the Steelers in Brazil. Apparently, that's the rumor right now. There were some pictures, some photos came out of that. So, all right. Hey, I could dig it, dude. As long as there's a pick swap, I don't care. But if they straight up gave him away for a 3rd rounder, I would have been like, nah, bro. That wouldn't have worked out. I have Jurgens getting injured in the preseason and Kelsey returning. Why? Why would you say that someone's going to get injured? Thor RBG said this is a cheap backup. Who cares? Mariota sucked and he gets 10 million this year. Seriously? Yeah, he got a lot of money. Mariota, like Gardner Minshew, and at least Gardner Minshew is actually starting in games and playing and winning football games. Like, you know. Daniel says, Daniel Rodriguez says, I think that was a good trade in my opinion. Cheap. Flick says, why Pickett did Moore want him? I think Howie wanted him too. I mean, I don't think it's just Kellen Moore. I think this is Howie too, because they had a lot of interest in Kenny Pickett in that draft. I mean, they weren't going anywhere because they were going to give Jalen Hurts another shot, but Drew says, I can't respect a QB that wears 2 gloves, unfortunately. Randy says, how can anyone say we got fleeced swapping picks and giving up a 7s and we get not to watch Mariota shit all over the field? No, I know. Like, if we gave up a 3rd rounder straight up, I wouldn't have liked it as much, but giving up a 3rd, getting a 4th for this year, and giving up 2 25 7th rounders, who gives a shit? $8.5 million in 2 years. It's cheap, man. And then you can flip it at the end of the day. Obsession, I'll take Pickett over Marcus Mariota any day. Jonas says, Kenny Pickett is older than Jalen Hurts by 2 months, bro. Crazy, you know? Young. The Cowboys signing Pickett, all you the chat would be laughing. Well, they signed what's his face from they signed a backup quarterback the other year, last offseason. Of course we're gonna laugh at the Cowboys. Who cares? Cowboys. All right, so Steelers wasted a 1st-round pick on him, and we got him for a 3rd while getting a 4th. Yeah. I mean, that's the way you got to think about it. Algar's, this trade might be the 4th. We need to flip with Hassan for a 1st. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna. I mean, I don't know if that's in the plans. I mean, I think they need a back. I think they're looking. They were actually looking for a backup quarterback. So that's the sexual obsession is I became an Eagles fan because I'm from Pittsburgh, and when growing up, I wanted to have a rival, so I picked a team in the same state, thinking that we play each other. Yeah, Sweat is back. Sweat is back. Got Ross and Found member for 1 month, man. Thank you so much. So if we get sacked, we can yell, "You killed Kenny." Funny. The Target says, something tells me Jalen will be indifferent to Pickett. Still think we should have gotten Tannehill before we went to Dolphins. No, I'm not worried about that. I think this is a good value. This is a good price for the next couple of years, and you can always flip it in a trade in a couple of years if you have to. Jeremy says, Ram question, I'm trying to take a road trip to a game this year from Chicago. Will tickets be hard to get? Depending on how you get the tickets, really. Depending on how you get them, whether it's through people that are selling them online, whether it's Ticketmaster from the buying them straight from the Eagles, or just the Steelers trade Kenny Pickett because of how poorly he was handling the signing of Russell Wilson. That came on the heels of his behavior last season when he refused to be a 3rd QB. Big T said, with Sweat, what's going on, Big T? So with Sweat coming back, I don't see Reddick staying. Not that I want that, but you got to think of Nolan Smith. We are going to have him behind Reddick, Huff, Sweat, and Graham when he was our 1st-round pick. Yeah, I guess, but dude, it's going to be a big mistake. And if they get rid of Reddick, dude, they have to go into this draft and get an edge rusher. They're going to have to target Latu. They're going to have to get Chop Robinson or somebody. There's no way you're going into the season without Reddick, and you're going to have no upgrade. I mean, you better get, if you trade Reddick, you better get some fucking picks, dude. You better get some picks. You better get it. I don't know. You better trade for a player. I don't know. You better sweeten up the deal with something, because getting Reddick for, I don't even know if a 2nd-round pick is going to make me satisfied. It might have to be more than that, to be honest. And I know they're not going to get a 1st-round pick. I can't see it happening. Johnson says Shawn Gardner-Johnson is going to be number 8 in honor of Kobe. What number is available for Pickett? Any other number? I have no idea. Any other number that's going to be available? I have no idea what numbers are available. Steve said, I really like getting Pickett. A first rounder, has playing experience. He is still young, can develop more with good coaching. Yeah, I get it. I mean, look, I think it's for the price and what Pickett has done. I mean, Pickett has a lot of, Pickett has been a starting quarterback. So it's you're not getting a guy that's never played an NFL snap, which is great. It gives us good looks, good for the offseason, good for the joint practices, good for preseason, good for guys trying to make the roster. Give these receivers, tight ends, guys good looks. So yeah, Chase Young is still out there, but he's visiting teams right now. See here. BMX says no team is interested in getting Pickett from us at all. He will be here. Well, I mean, I'm saying at the end of it, like in 2 years, or you never know what could happen, dude. There might be a team or two that loses a quarterback during the season, and and there might be teams calling the Eagles, say, hey, like, do you mind, we're interested in trading for Kenny Pickett, like, what is it going to cost? Yeah, I think Yoshirar says Howie will turn Pickett into picks. I believe that. Joe says Joey safety Julian Blackmon is still available. I want Justin Simmons, dude. I want Justin Simmons. If they're able to keep Reddick and pick up Simmons, I think they're good for the draft. I think that free agency is almost complete at that point. I'm not putting the Simmons fiasco to rest until he gets signed somewhere. Obviously, I'm still gonna think he's out there, and the Eagles still have interest. And if the Eagles backed out of it, that means they had interest. And the more days that go on, his price is gonna drop. And I think there's realization that he could be back, so he could be coming here. I wouldn't put it down. I wouldn't say that it's not going to happen. I think there's a good shot that it could happen, but we just have to see. I mean, look, if Reddick ends up staying, this defensive line is going to be really good. It's going to be really good. If he doesn't stay, then they're going to have to trade up for an edge rusher first round. I can't see them just not doing it and ignoring it. Yeah, we got Kenny Pickett, dude. We trade for him. We traded our 3rd rounder and 225 7th round picks in exchange for a 4th this year. Bronson, I'm really off the Simmons train. Those Georgia safeties are phenomenal. We should draft a young guy. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they could. Tommy says, agree, Joey. Need to extend Reddick and sign Simmons, then we're set for the draft. We can't leave the draft without Edgar and Cooper. Yeah, I mean, I think that's where, I mean, you could go that direction, man. I look, like, I'll be in tears if they draft a linebacker in the 1st round. Trust me, I'll be shocked over it. The Howie Roseman has changed his philosophy already. I mean, this has been one of the most, like, busiest free agencies from Howie Roseman I've ever. I mean, I can't remember a free agency that was this micromanaged. Ryan said if Hassan doesn't get traded, this means he'll probably hold out. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. The holdout thing is probably not going to happen. They're going to have to trade him or extend him because you're not keeping him on the roster this year for 20 at a $20 million cap hit. It's not going to happen. They're definitely not keeping him at that number. Yeah, the Fields controversy is done. Yeah. Howie got fleeced for a third. He didn't get fleeced. He didn't get fleeced. You know how much movement Howie's going to have in this draft? He's going to have so much movement in this draft. It's going to be ridiculous. Like, the last thing I'm thinking about is like, seriously, like the 3 5th-round picks we have, the 4th rounder, you got 2 seconds. I mean, the 3rd rounder was compensatory for Javon Hargrave. Okay. We didn't have a 4th either. So now they got rid of their 3rd. They got a 4th rounder. So we got super chat from Terrell Glover. Thank you so much, man. Kenny freaking Pickett, 3rd, 4th, and 2 7s. No. The Eagles gave up a 3rd rounder and 2 25 7th rounders. A 3rd rounder this year, 2 25 7th rounders for Kenny Pickett, and they get a 4th round pick. So they get rid of the 3rd, they get a 4th for this year. They didn't give up a 3rd. They didn't have a 4th this year. They gave up a 3rd and 2 25 7th rounders. Kenny Pickett only cost $8.5 million the next 2 years. That's it. Cheap. Henry says, appreciate super, by the way, Terrell. Henry says you can get some good linebackers in the 2nd round. Yeah, there's plenty they can get. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like, whether they're going after Edgar and Cooper, they go in the 2nd round and get somebody else. It doesn't matter. BMX says, not gonna lie, Pickett's trade killed my Howie season vibes a bit. Gonna need a Simmons signing and Reddick resign to get me back. I think Reddick. I'm hoping Reddick is going to stay. It shouldn't kill your vibe. What? I mean, would you have rather paid a backup quarterback, like a veteran backup quarterback, a shit ton of money? Like, these guys are making like $5 to $9 million just to sit there and do nothing and take a bunch out of your cap for the year. Probably not going to be much. I mean, Marcus Mariota made like $5 million last year. That's a lot. I mean, that's a big chunk of change. I mean, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of money, but it's a nice chunk of change just for a quarterback sitting back there. You know what I mean? I mean, you're barely paying under $5 million for a quarterback for this year and next year for a backup quarterback. So I don't know how it kills the vibe. Like, what, why? Because of the 3rd round pick, they got rid of the 3rd, they got a 4th. Who cares? You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? You got 2 2nd round picks, you got 3 5th round picks, you got a 4th round pick. They got plenty of ammo. I mean, I don't think it fixed. I don't think it's anything crazy. We gave away a 3rd and 2 7th rounders for Pickett. A 3rd and 2 25 7th round picks. That's it. They got a 4th back in Kenny Pickett. Jose Serrano says, Barkley's highlights that was put together just put a big smile on my face. Saquon is a beast. I know. So happy about that. So I feel so good about it. Davis says, I would like Chase Young. He is still young and maybe get him at a good value. But yes, I would like Simmons. We need another safety. Yeah. They need another body at safety. And if Reed is going to be the number 3, then that's fine. Justin Simmons, I'm not giving up on because there's been no news on him. It's been too quiet with him. Until he gets signed, then I'll put it to bed. But I will not put it to bed. I'm not going to put it to bed at all. I don't think the trade is a big deal like everyone's saying it is. Trey Money, what's going on with the super chat? Thank you so much, man. Says y'all crying about Kenny Pickett trade like Justin Fields trade would have been worse. I mean, obviously the trade market for Justin Fields is really dry right now. I mean, it's beyond dry right now. Not good at all. You know, Mr. Rupu, the super chat says, I'm not a fan of Pickett, but that Pittsburgh media trying to slander the kid on his way out, trying to cover the fact they spent a number 20. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to solidify the fact that, that they're going to try to make it look like that it was all on Kenny Pickett, that they didn't, maybe they didn't make a mistake, but I mean, to rush out, and they got Russell Wilson fucking early. I mean, that signing was early because he was already released. You know what I mean? He was already released, so he would sign at any moment. And they did that so fast. It's gonna ruin the Steelers, no doubt. It's gonna ruin them. Maybe Russell Wilson's in a better situation with Pittsburgh. Maybe, I guess, but it says, did you see Eagle Eye trashing White? I mean, look, Devin White's a whole different story, dude. Like Devin White, like, yeah, there's bad things to say about it, and people, I think half the people looked at his stats and they just said, oh, he sucks, like, I think there's more to it than that. Devin White wanted to get out of Tampa a couple years ago. He wanted a trade. He never got the trade. He ended up getting benched this past year. He just hasn't been a consistent player, like, since he's been drafted as the 5th overall pick. I mean, he hasn't been consistent. Everybody wanted Devin White. Everybody, how he picked up 2 linebackers because it wasn't an all-pro fucking player. Everybody's flipping out over it. And you have an entire draft. Not everyone has to be an all-pro player. Maybe guys that come into the system could be good, guys that work well with the system. I think that's a big value for Vic Fangio. I think the number one thing that Devin White does really well, I think he's the most athletic linebacker that we have. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been in a Pro Bowl in 21. I mean, he's got a lot of experience. He's got a voice. He's got leadership. I mean, he brings a lot to this team, a lot to it. His coverage isn't great. It hasn't been great statistically, and that's like 80% of like coverage. He was one of the worst linebackers last year, like 80 out of 86, whatever it is. Pretty bad. But he was ranked low at the linebacker position last year because he didn't start. He barely had playing time last year. So I can't shoot him down in 2 seconds. Like, I think Vic Fangio is going to put Devin White on the right path. Put these guys in good position. I mean, that's one of the main reasons guys like this scheme, because Vic Fangio puts his players in a successful situation. That's what Zach Bond said, that our free agent linebacker from the Saints. He said in his press conference the other day and was like, I came to Philadelphia, obviously to get a bigger contract after this year, but I came to Philadelphia because, Vic Fangio knows how to, he makes his players successful. Notorious UCG, thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you so much. It's not going to lie, wanted that 3rd pick to use with our lower 2nd to move up in the 2nd to get one of them safeties, Javon Bullard or Tyler Nubin, after taking Edgar and Cooper with our first 2nd round pick. Yeah, but they could still move up. Like the 3rd's okay, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Like, trust Howie Roseman on maneuvering in the draft because he does it really well. Losing the 3rd, getting a 4th. Now you have a backup QB in the room for 2 years, $8.5 million for 2 years, which is fine. So I still think they can get another safety in the draft. Yeah, sure. Why not? But I don't think it ruins potential of who they can get. Yeah, maybe it does. Yeah, someone's going to slide down. We'll see what happens. With those, if the Eagles didn't have those 2 second round picks, I probably, I don't know. I don't think I would have made a big deal about this trade, but the 2 second rounders do help having that. I mean, you could still get 3 starters. You could move up and get 2 starters that could start immediately for this team with what you have. A first, 2 seconds, a fourth, 3 fifth-round picks. I mean, I think there's a lot of ammo there. I think there's still a lot of ammo there. So, I appreciate the super so much, Notorious. Dude says Pickett is a $980,000 cap hit in 24, and then the cap hit jumps to 2.6 in 25. Yeah, dirt cheap this year. Dirt cheap. And even 2.6. 2.6 is great. 2.6 is fantastic. Not bad. 2.6 is nothing, for a backup. So who cares? These guys have to get paid. It's just, these guys are going to take cap hits. These guys are going to get paid. It is what it is. Like, I know backup quarterback, you got to make sure this position is right. So, but you're not getting a guy, you're not drafting, how many times have the Eagles either paid a really expensive free agent backup quarterback, or you go into the draft 6th, 7th round, draft a fucking quarterback that is not going to do shit and has a horrible camp and go through that whole entire thing. It's just, you'd rather have somebody in Kenny Pickett that has starting experience. Like, he's got a lot of starting experience, dude. It's not a guy that's just never had an NFL snap in his life, have to worry about all that. So I think we're all right, dude. I think we're all right. Flick with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says, I feel like Howie trying to figure out how to extend Reddick and extend Devontae Smith while still trying to get Simmons if he can. Yeah, don't worry about the Devontae Smith extension. It's gonna happen. They'll pick up the 5th-year option first and then probably sign it. They can sign him before training camp, after, during the season, end of the season, whatever the case may be. I think they're gonna get it done. I think it's gonna get done regardless. It will get done. I'm not really worried about that too much. So, Mazda, the Pickett trade was very good. We got us back up. All we did was swap a 3rd for a 4th and got an extra 2nd already. So we are going to trade back in the draft to gain a 3rd. Yeah, I mean, that could happen too. I mean, if the Eagles go in the 1st and if they move up like one time in the 1st, maybe it costs maybe an extra, maybe a 5th rounder for a few spots, whatever, and they decide they want to move back with one of their 2nd round picks to get a 3rd, they could do that too. You know what I mean? Like the 3rd round pick might come back. It might, So. Casey says, so we keep you both now, Joey. You mean Reddick and Sweat? I'm hoping. I hope to God that's the case. I hope so. Did you see the Vikings got another 1st round pick from the Texans? They're going to after top 4 picks to get QB. Jay Jettis could be on the move. Really? That'd be interesting. These fans are pissing me off. Like, we're in the driver's seat for a massive year. That's what I'm saying. Like because when things happen, like, people take the move as is and are like, oh my God, this is bad. What are they gonna? It's like, dude, like, just wait. Like, we have to, like, Howie Roseman maneuver. He just keeps maneuvering himself to do other things. Like, he's gonna make moves, man. It's what he does. It's like, if we had trust me, if we had a GM that had a bad track record, trust me, we would already guess what's going to happen. But with Howie, he's like, you get rid of the 3rd, but who knows? They could get the 3rd round pick back. It could happen. Jared DeBlas says Howie will get back the 3rd round this year. He will find a way. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. And even if they don't, I don't even care. Like, You know, like if the draft is going so fucking well, like if the first, like the Eagles move up in the first round, they get somebody, and then like the second round they just like they pounce again and move up, and you know then they move up, they move back with their second round pick, or I don't know, whatever. I mean, a million different things can happen. Tommy says, anyone saying White is too old, you're high. Yeah, 26, he's in the prime. Yeah, 26 years old, man. I heard that washed shit a million times the other day. Devin White's washed. Like what's with this players being washed? I don't get it. I don't get this whole washed thing. Ron said, 2020 NFL draft, the Philly would select Cooper, the machine, the Gene cornerback, Iowa. Another hybrid guy. I think that's the only cornerback the Eagles have brought in for an official visit so far. I think they have like 4 or 5 offensive linemen. I think Cooper DeJean is one of the visits as well for the Eagles. He says, it's crazy how we get players, then when they leave, they play so much better on a different team, like Kavon Wallace, Kaiser, White did good. They all did good because the Eagles don't, well, especially linebacker, because the Eagles don't have good coaching. I mean, they don't have good coaching at that position, and nevertheless, they don't. Nick Sirianni had way too much control over what they were doing, and unfortunately, I think T.J. Edwards was one of the biggest mistakes. I don't know. Like, if you're not using your player, you're not putting your players in successful positions to win football games, then you're in a lot of fucking trouble. Like, then that's what's going to happen. Players are going to leave, and that's it. Joe Trails going on, man. Says, what's not liked about Pickett trade? He is young, mobile, has a strong arm, and a star experience. It's because they gave up a 3rd round pick. It's not like you gave up a 3rd and like you have no 3rd and no 4th. Like, you give up a 3rd, you got a 4th. You give up 25 7th round picks. He's a $980,000 cap hit this year, over $2 million next year. So it's people are shitting on it already. Oh, well, yeah, he's a backup quarterback. I don't think he's gonna be that fucking good. I mean, gotta be realistic with yourself too. Like, gotta be realistic. You're looking at what the guy has done. Okay, guy hasn't played fantastic, but guy has a lot of starting experience. Guy's probably better than Marcus Mariota, probably. Mariota, I'm sorry, but I mean, the only thing that Mariota could do is fucking run. I mean, other than that, that's it. You know what I mean? That's why him and Jalen Hurts are night and day, you know, in a lot of different reasons. Bang Burger, what's going on, man? Says, why are people freaking out over Pickett? We all know how he values the backup. Yes, it's fine. I have no issue over it. When I first read it, I was like, wait, they gave up a 3rd round. They gave up a 3rd round pick for Kenny Pickett straight up. That's when I got fucking nervous. Like, I got nervous from that immediately. But that wasn't the case. It was a pick swap. So I'm fine with that. Got no issue with that. So I am fine. Perfectly fine. Ron says, what do you think about signing Simmons boys, Isaiah and Justin? Isaiah would be great. Nice hybrid player. Justin Simmons, I'm definitely high on right now. Depending what happens with Hassan Reddick. So all we're looking for right now is Hassan Reddick. And we're looking for, if Justin Simmons, I just want to see like where his money's at. I mean, every day that goes by, his number is going to drop. It's going to drop. Yes, I know I'm late, but thoughts on the trade? I think it's a fine trade. I think you got a lot of value. Juan says that extra second is nothing but a trade chip. They aren't drafting 2 second rounders. Watch, we will get another 3rd round pick to replace the one we just traded. I agree with that. I don't take that off the table. You know what I mean? I don't take it off the table at all when it comes to that situation. Team Haggett says, like Minnesota would be the dumbest team in football to trade Jefferson. No. Do not make that team do not make it easy for that team. Howie's over some more. He made an offer to Simmons. Now Simmons is waiting, but younger stud safeties are getting mid-tier contracts. Now the market going to drop for him. Just sign the That's what's going on right now because these safeties aren't getting paid. Whatever Justin Simmons wants, he's not getting. So if the market dropped last year too, who got the guy that went from the Bengals to the Falcons? I think what's his name? He's the only one that had a big contract last year, and then it dropped. Then the market really dropped after that last off season. It was almost the same thing. Jesse Bates, right. Forgot his name. That's why. Appreciate it, Bones. Jesse Bates got the big. Jesse Bates got the big contract last year, and then all these other safeties were not even They were getting like 7. They were like getting 7 to 10. Like they weren't even getting that much. Michael Gallup just got cut. How is that? God, people. Cowboys releasing Michael Gallup and linebacker Leighton Vander Esch. Oh, damn. I mean, Vander Esch is a fucking concussion nightmare. He's always hurt. Cowboys releasing Michael Gallup. Jesus. What the fuck are they doing, dude? Like you're releasing all these players like 4 or 5 days in the free agency. Like, why? That's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to trade for Surtain, dude, because everybody wants to do that. I don't know if they would have the balls to even do that, to be honest with you. Well, I'm saying Gallup's coming. I mean, Gallup's on that big contract, isn't he still? Let me check his numbers. Michael Gallup supposed to make 8.5 this year, 13 against the cap. So what did they do? I mean, if they cut Michael Gallup pre-June, I mean, it's 800,000 cap savings, 13 million dead money. No, there's no. Why did they redo his I don't know. Something else. They must have done something with his contract because they wouldn't just take $13 million in dead money for just straight up cutting him. Yeah, that I don't get. I mean, he has $57 million cap, $57 million contract, 11 per year, making 11 million per year. Oh, he's contemplating retirement. I really liked him. I mean, when he got drafted, I mean, in the draft, I had a lot of interest in him in the draft. Cowboy, man, they have to get out of I don't know, dude. Like they have to get out of some contracts, dude. Like. Oh, so all right. So the Cowboys released wide receiver Michael Gallup with a post. All right, so a post June designation saves the Cowboys 9.5 in room this year, but it will count 8.7 million in 25. So it's They're literally getting, yeah, so they're saving 9.5 getting rid of Gallup for post-June designation, but then next year he's going to count 8.7 against the cap. God, Russell Wilson's a fucking joke. Free agent guard Aaron Stinney agrees to terms with the Giants. Crazy. They're trading for Diggs. It's 100% Jerry move. Diggs to Dallas. And then they'll say that they're going to the Super Bowl, right? Because when the Cowboys got Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore, like, because they don't make moves, like, they're not used to having a fucking like busy GM, they get too excited about shit because nothing ever happens. You know? Watch, they have 5 big name contracts done next year. They got to do stuff. Ernst says Cowboys are like the Chargers. They will need to make some tough decisions in the near future. Yeah, Sweat's in Philadelphia, man. Yeah. First, why would Jesse Bates be available? Dude, just throwing names. Stephon Gilmore? Hell no. Hell no. You have a draft. You have draft compensation. You got picks, and you have the draft in general. Probably Joey. It's the Cowboys you're talking about. If they trade for Diggs, their QB is Dak Ascot. We got a 4th round pick back for Pickett. We got a 4th rounder. The Miles Wallace, I'd be fine with signing Simmons, starting him, CJ having Ringo and Ricks being our corners. Yeah, but you know what? It's the problem. The problem right now is that I don't think we've seen enough from Keely Ringo, and I don't think we've seen enough from Eli Ricks. A lot of flash, but we haven't seen much. Not enough. Especially with that fucking scheme we ran last year. Did not help anything. Doesn't help how do you find out what your roster is about, you know, at the end of the year? How do you analyze your roster? Gilmore for 1 year will be better than anybody on the other side of Slay. Yeah, but I think what we draft, and I think you want to go in a different direction here. We have to go in a different direction. Slay's going to be gone after this year. You get Gilmore, then you're going to lose Gilmore after 1 year, and then you're going to lose Slay next. You know what I mean? You're going to lose Slay and Gilmore. You're down to 2 corners. You don't draft one. I mean, unless they trade for a young corner, I mean, it's a different story. But I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's going to get crazy in here. We got 468 in the chat. Still in the stream today. Day 4, day 5 free agency, whatever day it is. I forgot what day it is. But the Eagles restructured Josh Sweat. Yes, you trade for Kenny Pickett. So the Eagles are still making moves like crazy. Guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Do appreciate it so much. We'll have another video out tomorrow. We'll have streams. We'll have the Philly Shakedown tomorrow. There's going to be so much to talk about tomorrow night. It's going to be crazy tomorrow night. It's going to be insane tomorrow night. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to be ready for it all. And make sure you're looking to pin comment as well for extra content and support. you know, some other memberships and stuff like that. We're gonna have a bunch of other videos out as well. So definitely, you know, check those out if you guys haven't. It's gonna be really, it's gonna be busy, man. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we'll get Micah and CD. Yeah, trade Bradbury wouldn't be. It's not going to be easy because I don't think he has any value. To be honest. Yeah, Jack Stahl went to the Giants. He's dead to me now because he went to the Giants. How dare him? Oh, Mike Williams. Oh, Mike Williams. No, he hasn't signed anywhere yet. No. Because I think Pickett will be extremely good for unlocking and evaluating bottom steering wide receivers in preseason. We still have to find a wide receiver 3 for the future. Now, people are pissed off because it's not just getting Kenny Pickett that's pissing people off. What's pissing people off about Kenny Pickett is that he almost, you know, he kind of wanted out of Pittsburgh and didn't want to compete with Russell Wilson, and was kind of throwing a fit ever since. Apparently, what the rumors are coming out now is that Kenny Pickett was kind of throwing a fit over them signing Russell Wilson as a backup. I don't know if that was if he was for a backup or he was going to start. So I don't think anybody has the real information right now. So people are thinking that he's like a Carson Wentz pretty much right now. That's what it comes down to with this somewhat this trade that they made. That is where they're at right now. No. He's always been here. He was undrafted. You're talking about what's his face? Our other tight end went back. I don't know if he's still there or he came back to us. The tight end, the big tight end that just always got hurt, that had that size, was he like 6'7"? I don't know, big tight end that we had. What's his name? Oh my god, I keep forgetting his name. He went to the Giants, and I don't know if he came back. I don't know if he came back. He went no, not Albert O. The other one. Tyree Jackson. There you go. Yeah. Tyree Jackson. Thank you, KG. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, Tyree Jackson went to the Giants. I don't know if he came back to the Eagles. I don't know if he's back yet. I don't know if he's back. I don't know if he's still on the Giants or he came back. I'm not sure what's going on. But I'm not sure. Yeah, Tyree Jackson was way too injury prone. I think has a lot of talent and could have done a little bit more, but just can't stay healthy. That's the problem. Big problem going forward. Carol says Wilson wasn't going to be the backup. All right, Yoles, I guess not. That's what I read. I don't know who it was from, but I read that he was going to mentor Kenny Pickett. So I figured that was happening. So I guess that wasn't. Maybe that wasn't real news. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. Kenny says, talking to my friend, that's the Cowboys fan. He grew up in Jersey, by the way. He swears Micah ain't never coming to the Eagles. Yeah, TJ, unfortunately, definitely not happening, unfortunately. So Terry says Jerry just woke up from his coma. Should have done this a while ago. Extending Dak and CD would have given them $40 million combined. Clear which front office is better. Yeah, it's true. At least even if a team is making stupid moves, at least the Eagles are just always busy, you know, compared to what the Cowboys do. At least they're just busy. Nothing on Justin. It's quiet, dude. Quiet. Really, it's really, really quiet. And I think because the market's really dry right now, I think he's not getting what he wants, and he's not, and because no news is coming out, you know. Andre Dillard released from the Titans. Yeah, well, he hasn't played good over there, so hasn't played well over there at all. Brad Wright says, "Oh, Joey yawning nap time means when he signs off 19 minutes later, Simmons signing." Oh yeah, I mean it usually happens. It usually happens anyway, so you know, you never know. And it says don't want him back, but the Titans just released Andre Dillard. Interesting. Well, I'm not interested, so he could keep on walking. Let's see. Yeah, Titans release Andre Dillard, saving 10.7 in cap. Jesus Christ. Well, Jesus. God, another bum. That's on the Eagles too. Like that's on the Eagles as well. Like Dillard redshirt his I you know the worst thing they did was draft him at 21, 22, whatever it was. Okay, and then redshirt him his first year. And then he started at right tackle. Remember he started at right tackle when Lane got. I don't know if it was Lane in the PEDs or he got hurt or something like that, and I thought they killed his confidence. And then he couldn't stay healthy after that. Really. But if they're getting a bad locker room guy and Kenny Pickett, now there's rumors that he's a bad locker room guy. Like there's all this shit coming out now. But he was happy. I mean, he was tweeting, "Oh, I'm a Philadelphia Eagle." Like he was so happy. So I don't think like he's coming here pissed off. It don't seem like it. See here. Let's see here. So yeah, I mean that was a lot of stuff today. I mean that was a lot I didn't really expect to happen today. Titans about to get Simmons. No. Maybe they have the cap. They could. It doesn't matter. With that cap, they still have a shit ton of cap, dude. They've already had the cap. The Titans still have over 60, 70 million dollars. They still have a lot of cap. There's nothing wrong with their cap. They start off with past $70 million. They probably have over $60 million still. 70. Jeremy says, heck no, bro. We got studs, absolute studs. Next year's draft, Benjamin Morrison, cornerback from ND, Travis Hunter, Colorado. Both are better than any cornerback in this year's class. Yeah, they backed out for Simmons because they backed out of it, but who knows what it's going to look like in another week, in a few days. I mean, who knows what it's going to look like? Unless, like, you know, Simmons is waiting to get that big deal that's still in the making right now. Yeah, so I think they're done at linebacker. They got their backup quarterback. Is Simmons why oh my god, the Titans freed up cap space. Dude, they already had a shit ton of cap space. They're not broke. Like they have over 60 million. They already had a shit ton of cap space. They have They have plenty of cap space. There's nothing. It's fine, dude. They already had the cap space. If they want to sign Simmons, then sign Simmons. The Panthers aren't done. They're signing Rams Jordan Fuller. All right, Jordan Fuller is with the Panthers now. I would love Asante Samuel Jr. I would love it. One year, $5.25 million for Jordan Fuller. Yeah. See, Jordan Fuller went to the Panthers, so now I really want Simmons. Vic Fangio is trying hard to get Simmons. That's how I mean, I don't know, because Justin Simmons like loves Vic Fangio's scheme, and the connection between them two is great. Justin Simmons just spoke about Vic Fangio, I think, during the Pro Bowl this past year too. Jimmy Rand said, not to exaggerate too much, but seriously, I'd rather have Tim Tebow try out for backup than Kenny Pickett. I don't know if that's the case. Are people mad because of he's just not good enough and the Eagles gave up too much? Or are people pissed off because of finding out now that he's like just gave up on Pittsburgh and didn't want to compete with Russell Wilson? Or was he promised by Mike Tomlin? There's rumors that he was promised by Mike Tomlin that he was going to compete for the job. And he said no. And then he left. People are saying Reddick just signed. You're talking Joe Castro said it, or are you talking somebody else said it? Because I know Joe put out a tweet. Oh, Devin White just put his thank you note to Tampa Bay. All right. Let's see. Need to Colts. Yeah, I mean the Titans were linked to Snead as well. The Titans are like the number one team at following. I mean, so I don't know what they're doing. Jimmy McGrath, my girlfriend's a Steelers fan. We had to counter each game of how many bad throws he would have. I had to use 2 calculators. Oh, fucking Christ. 2 calculators. That's not good. That will fly like a lead balloon. Since BMX is a gay dog because he's not good enough, he would rather have that Zach Wilson or Fields. Yeah, well, and I think Zach Wilson. I think it came down the price too, because Zach Wilson would have been more expensive, and Justin Fields probably would have been more expensive. Probably. I mean, $8.5 million for 2 years. It's not horrible. Cap hit's not horrible. It's cheap. So, not too bad, but I don't know. Everybody's gonna have mixed feelings. I don't know. It's the backup quarterback. I really don't even give a shit, to be honest with you. Like, I don't have Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts got to stay healthy all year. It's all that matters. Hopefully, with Saquon Barkley in the building, it takes pressure off him, and we won't have to have Jalen Hurts run too much. Because I think they killed him last year early in the season, especially with some of these quarterback runs, and I think that kind of messed everything up. Yeah, that Joe Castro put out some news on Reddick apparently getting extended 2 years. So it might happen today. It might happen tomorrow. I don't know. It could happen, could happen any day. Hopefully Nolan Smith pans out if Reddick goes. Yeah, Tyler. I don't know if they're gonna put all their eggs in one basket and feel like he's gonna. I mean, the good thing is like, Fangio feels really good about Nolan Smith. The news that came out like a couple of weeks ago that he's gonna have a big workload this season. And that's a good sign that they're not giving up on him, which they shouldn't because it's not really his fault. But we'll see how it goes. Clearwater says he's a back. Why hyper focused on backup? Mariota was worried, and people were, and to be honest, there were a lot of people that liked Mariota being the backup when he got signed. I didn't see that much bitching about him when he got signed. I wasn't a big fan of it. I know he's not good. Like, I didn't really trust Mariota to take over a game for the Eagles, to be honest. I never really trust him to take over a game. Yeah, he got the shoulder surgery this offseason. Yeah, he did. He got that shoulder surgery. I remember what the report said. Dane says, who was all good until preseason was fucking first show. Yeah, I mean, some of these guys just don't play. I mean, I don't think Mariota in general, I think, is just a good. It has some nice leg, it has good legs. I mean, he can rush, but I mean, that's about it. That's all you're really getting out of him. I mean, the motherfucker goes into a game, he throws a screen pass to get. He throw a screen pass that got picked like the first fucking play he went in. I forgot what game that was. I don't know if it was a pick or it was dropped, but he threw it right to the player. Like, Mario was only good for an experience standpoint. I'll be honest, didn't think Mario would stink. Kid used to be really good passer in college. Don't know what happened. Injuries, just, could be a mental thing because he used to be a starter and became a backup and he was always hurt. And, over time, just it depends. So we could have got Fields for a third. Probably Bears decline a fifth from the Pats and offered a third. Rather have Fields over Pickett. Oh, I get it, but I probably would have costed you more. The Bears are on a roll right now. They want more draft picks, and if they're able to trade him, they're gonna want something in return. They're gonna want to try to fleece somebody. Yeah, I remember, man. I remember. It was like to give up picks for Mariota. It was like Fletcher Cox and like two fur. Like it was supposed to be like a monster fucking trade that thank God he didn't do. Friday said my Panthers just signed Jordan Fuller safety. Yeah, he's a good player, man. He's a good player. Good player. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for the day. I mean, I didn't expect this today. I didn't expect Josh Sweat getting restructured. I didn't expect the Kenny Pickett trade. We're gonna have videos on all this by tomorrow. Obviously, I'm gonna watch Chauncey's press conference as I'm sitting here. We'll have some videos out tomorrow. 355 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like up this stream if you guys haven't. Appreciate all the support. Check out the pinned comment in the live chat for the memberships. We'll have a membership video by tomorrow. Some extra stuff as well every day. So definitely check out all that great stuff. And it's Friday night. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll have the Philly Shakedown. We're going to do a stream tomorrow, regular stream early in the day tomorrow. And then we're going to have the Philly Shakedown tomorrow night. So it's going to be exciting. Going to be a lot to talk about tomorrow night. Big stream tomorrow. Probably one of the most important shakedowns because we're going to be going over pretty much a big part of free agency tomorrow, streaming on both channels. Steve says another move is coming because Joey is signing off. So we'll see what happens with Hassan Reddick. Obviously, if Reddick gets signed tonight, I'll do another stream tonight. If he gets signed, I'll be on. And then it'll be a lot. We'll be streaming tomorrow night, 2 streams tomorrow, and a video out tomorrow as well. So Yeah, other than that, guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the stream, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Love you all. We'll get through this together, and we'll see what else happens. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Chicks, what up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.